Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Rick here. Today I'm going to be showing you guys a couple of tricks and tips on how to play Cypher. We're going to go over attacker side, defender side, and a lot of common mistakes I see when people play Cypher. So yeah, let's hop into it. Alright guys, so for tip number one, probably the biggest things when holding down a site solo is going to be your tripwires. These are a super good ability. Really good. You can also pick them back up, say if you're rotating to a site, but they are super useful for, basically knowing if someone's pushing through, and if they do push through and they don't realize they're there, getting a free kill. So yeah, tip number one for these is place them in a spot where, the enemies have to walk through. So on this map, on this side, they're going to have to either walk through sewer or walk through A-long to get to the site. And if they break them or they trip them, either way, you're going to know, and you can tell your team, like, hey guys, like they're pushing A, and then you check your cam. So also, tip number two going off that is put your camera in a spot where it's not general eyesight to be looking. So that way when you're checking your camera, say if like a trip goes off or something, the enemy's not immediately going to shoot it, and you're going to have to wait 45 seconds because you don't want that. It's a lot of time, and then you also don't have the retake capability for the bomb site. So yeah, definitely put your camera in a spot that sees a lot of the site, but also at the same token isn't in a general spot someone would be looking. Alright, so for tip number three, for defending, definitely put down your cages along with your tripwires, so that way when the enemy's pushing, let's say you hear it in the camera, or they set off one of your tripwires, trigger these cages, and it's like the equivalent of a smoke. Yeah. So yeah guys, probably the biggest takeaway I can give you from playing a lot of Cypher, like 40 hours on Cypher, is defend a bomb site on defender side by yourself. It's very easy to do so. Cypher definitely has the capability to hold down a bomb site entirely by himself.
Cage triggered.
Find your bomb site that you usually like to play on, and I can do a couple of videos on that too. But find the site you usually like to play on, and just go into a custom or something and just get the layout kind of down, the general basic layout. And then of course you can get like the little bit more tricky if you want to find like the cheese spot. You can also get to the point where you have the site locked down so good that you can rotate to other sites and not even be worried about the other site, because for them to go through they have to go through a tripwire, and then you'll know that they're there. Alright guys, so let's talk about attacker side here. The Cypher is just as useful on defense side as he is on attacker side if you know how to actually use him. So I'm going to give you guys a couple tips and tricks there on how to do that. First tip is clearing angles with your camera. Basically, you getting your camera destroyed by someone because they're sitting there is much better than you getting your head destroyed dry peeking that angle. So that's my first tip. And you can find, after a lot of time of playing Cypher, you'll find all the little cheeky spots to put a camera to clear angles. So that's definitely the first tip there. As
Cage triggered
for crossing or taking like an angle or positioning. So for example, like here, someone's going to be opping long and they're looking this direction. You put up a cage, just like a smoke, they can't see you, you can walk through it, and pretty good chance that you're not going to get killed walking through it. So like learning all those spots that you can do that on T side on each map is definitely a really good thing. The third tip that we're going to go over here is setting up tripwires so that your teammates and you don't get flanked if you're pushing into a site. So like, for example, if we're taking a long and we took long, but one of our teammates is fighting in sewers or top of sewer, you don't want to be getting flanked. And also sometimes it's a really easy kill if the enemy's impatient and they keep flanking. You can catch one in a tripwire and catch them off guard and get that free pick to make it 4v5 immediately. Okay guys, a couple common mistakes that I usually see with Cypher. There's two huge ones. The first being someone that gets stuck in their camera, or they get cyphered out of their mind, I'd say, or they out-cypher themselves. Let's say you're on T side and you're playing solo queue and you're not playing Cypher, and your Cypher's sitting here staring at his camera for half the round. He's not helping you, and that's not a good thing. You should just be using your camera, for info to clear rooms and, you know, take the advantage, not just to sit there and stare at it the whole time. I mean, it's a little bit more understandable if you're going to be in your camera a lot more on defender side, but definitely not on T side. I've definitely seen that happen a bunch in my solo queue experience in competitive. All right, yeah, so tip number 2 is Cyphers that like to rush and not use any of their abilities. I actually see this a lot of the times in the lower elo. Sometimes the people that play Cypher for whatever odd reason on T side, or even on defender side especially, they just like to push through. Definitely make use of the character. Don't, if you're gonna play aggressive like that, you know, go play Jet or Raze, you know, Phoenix. They don't be playing Cypher, playing that super crazy aggressive unless like you can. So yeah, that's gonna be it for the video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys got something out of the video. Let me know what you guys thought of the video, and let me know if you guys want to see a nerd cam series where I show you guys some nerdy camera spots that I have, or nerdy tripwires. And yeah, thank you guys for watching.